Forgot to unmute my microphone. Welcome back to Soundcheck. A perfect time to be talking about how to not forget to unmute your microphone. At least I'm monitoring myself, so if I'm muted, I actually don't keep talking and not knowing that you are not hearing my voice. Welcome to Soundcheck by Learner to Learner, a collaborative learning channel. What that means is we'll come together and we learn. It doesn't matter what your level of expertise or experience with sound, with audio, we are all here to learn. Whether or not you experience or just want to dabble into audio, this place is for you. And if you want to participate and join us like Shaka is right now in the chat, you can use the chat to participate like John is doing. And you can also, if you want to call into the show, there's a way to do that by letting you call in through Zoom. So go to the website on learnertolearner.com. I put the link in the chat as well. So go to the website. Once you're there on the website, you can also sign up for the newsletter. And on the website, you can do call in with Zoom. It will open up a registration form. Once you apply for register to join the show, it will send me a notification. Once I have the notification, I will approve you. Once I approve you, you get an email with a link to join the Zoom call. And you can keep that link. It's a recurring meeting since we meet every single week. It's a recurring meeting until, unless something breaks or whatever, I have to resend the invitation out, which is when having the newsletter will be helpful. Now let's meet those who are here with me on our panel. We have Philip back. Hello, Philip. Welcome back.
Hi. Hey, John.
And good to see you here back on Soundcheck.
I'm happy to be here. I really am.
We saw you on RØDECaster, but nice to have you here. We have Glenn with us. Hello, Glenn.
Hello, America.
Welcome back, 2026, Glenn. Version 2026, like iOS. And we also have George, 26.
Hello.
You can see George 26 studio improvement with lots of great lighting now and also great sound and that awesome microphone, that red.
John, don't you love what I've done with the place?
Is that a different coat on the back of your chair?
See, thank you so much for noticing.
Oh goodness. And of course, same space here. In my space, nothing changed. Everything is still the same. Let's see. Wait, Dan is back. Says Dan. Back while traveling. Dan. I know Dan's been here before. John also say hello. And of course, Shaka. Yeah, we need to get Shaka on here to talk a little bit more about his setup, and he was telling us that he's able to use his pod mic USB on his RØDECaster Duo, which George is a good person now to share that info with us, because 6.7. Hey, what is the 6.7 thing? When is
You gotta look it up.
Oh
You gotta
my
look it up.
gosh! Should I look it up online right now? Maybe I should look it up later.
I hear it is no longer a thing because all of us old people started.
Oh, I
referencing
know,
it,
right?
And all the kids were like,
Nope. 7, 8 now. I have to. I know, like, oh, it's 6, 7. I don't know what it's. Okay, so this is kind of like so nonsensical. I don't know. Anyway, hi, Charles, Riv Charles. Hello. Eh. Is it this? Is it kind of? It's like 6, 7. Okay, so back to Soundcheck. Let me see if I have, I have notes. Sometimes, like, throughout the week, I think of something. I thought, that would be a good discussion on RØDECaster, or on RØDECaster user meetup, or on Soundcheck. Nothing specific that I need to address right now. So I'll open it up to the floor. You guys, what do you want to talk about? My trip?
Hey, Phil, when I upgraded to the Pro 2, as you know, my challenge has always been microphones with multiple people.
"Yep,
So now I have 2 Shure SM58s, and
Nice.
I still have the Shure Nexodyne 8C. And my host mic in my chair over here is the Rode NT USB Plus. And then my desk mic here is the pod mic.
so you
And
really
I ended up
embraced
upgrading
multiple
to
mics.
I just upgraded to, my wife got me for Christmas the B&H 50th anniversary pod mic red to match my red. So
I love that. If I
Red
ever see one of those
shoes,
on
red
sale, I won't be
mic.
able to refuse. My pod mic USB is just the black on black, which is nice. But ever since Nee did his custom paint job on his,
well, if you remember, I had the original. Matter of fact, that's going to be my
Guest mic.
that I don't have to take this one apart if I have multiple
Nice.
people, is the black on gray one. And then I had the red Rode cover for it, if you recall.
Yeah, I remember.
I do. In fact, I bought one of those B&H Red Rode. Well, it's not. It's the 50th anniversary cover. Since I wasn't going to spend the $99
Oh,
to,
they actually
to buy
made a cover?
the anniversary.
I like that, Phil. You thought the least you could do is
Hey, so George, Philip said $99. Is it not more expensive? Is it just $99?
$99. It's the same price.
Oh wow. No. So which means I was going to ask you, is the microphone, it's the pod mic, the regular pod mic, or is it the pod mic? What is the new one called? Pod mic USB. Yeah, I think it's just a
Right.
regular.
No, it's a regular pod mic.
Because I think it's
they
more
don't have a
expensive.
red pod mic USB.
Yeah.
But
Right.
if you are so inclined, you can get a WS14 anniversary edition from the wonderful people at B&H. Hello to the B&H crew back when I was with Sony. I love those guys. Laser, awesome dude. But so
There you go.
Now, granted, it's bigger.
It will probably still work.
But see, this has got. This
Yeah, it
is
has
not
a little
foam.
red inside.
It's,
like,
it's
is it
got
the mesh?
red mesh
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
inside of the black mesh, but
Yeah, wait. I should probably hang on. I'm gonna blow you up.
you can put it there,
That's
and
cool.
you know,
It's still fine.
it grabs it. Yeah,
It's still
yeah,
fine.
It does.
Yeah, it doesn't wobble and cause any interference or sound.
Oh no, it,
Yeah.
it shrinks. It shrinks. This is interesting about this little device. It's like they knew people would want to put it on other things, and so down on the inside, it's as you get toward the end, it's thicker.
Yeah.
So
So it gives
if
you
your
more
mic is
distance
smaller,
to the away from the diaphragm, like the RØDECaster. I
Yeah.
mean, like the SM7B pop filter being used on the SM7.
Yep.
Or is it called SM7? I can't remember. Well, I can't remember. Not S.
I'm just gonna leave it
MV7.
off.
Sorry, MV7. Like a lot of people
I'm off
use.
access. I'm not like popping into it or anything. So
A lot of
But
people
yeah,
use
sweet
SM7B.
microphone there.
SM7B pop filter for the MV7 because it has more distance.
That's guys. That's what I've got.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, so that's exactly, and the good thing is because the mesh on the MV7 is shorter, so it creates more space, but it forces you to stay away from the microphone, and therefore you pop less. Okay, we do have questions coming in. Shaka asks, has anyone used any LUIT mic?
I am.
Oh, I love
I
LUIT
have.
mics.
You want to share
I've
your
used
thoughts?
the. If you recall, I was using the LUIT interviewer mic because of my situation with the Duo.
And you were
'Cause I
using
needed to
it. That was a
pick up to the-
condenser. Yeah, because it has
No,
multi.
it was XLR because it was.
No,
was
it's
super
XLR, but
omnidirectional.
yeah, it's not. It's still an XLR microphone, but it's a condenser microphone because you can do bidirectional. You can do
Right.
figure 8 and all that. So,
Right.
so not a dynamic microphone. So you used it. Did you return it, or do you still have it? You had
I
that.
still
for-
have it. I got it up on the Sweetwater Gear Exchange right
Is there
now.
a specific Shaka? Is there a specific LUIT mic that you're thinking about, or is it just in general the brand? Wonder. And maybe Philip, you have thoughts too, since you have microphones. What
Oh,
what
I
is
always
your
have
channel?
thoughts.
What's your channel so that we can
Geek
go
Omelet.
Geek Omelet? And then do you do your review there, or do you do it with?
I do reviews there. In fact,
Okay.
I think I've got something like 12 or 13 up now, and more coming. trying to
YouTube.com/ Geek Omelet at Geek
It's
Omelet.
just Geek Omelet at
At
yeah, it's
Geek
just all one word.
Om-
Geek Omelet. OMELET.
What kind of do you have like a standard format you use for reviewing each mic, or do you change it up, or how does that go usually?
It's just no, I don't have a standard format. I'm kind of discovering myself as I go. A lot of times I'm talking about really good deals that I found, like the last video that I just did. If you're starting out and you're looking for a shockingly good XLR mic for really cheap, like $25, Amazon and
one.
some other sellers have a American Audio VPS 80. It's a handheld dynamic microphone. It's got amazing noise cancellation, better than my SM58. It's got a neodymium magnet in it, so it's a step up. What you have to get if you want a Beta 50, you want a neodymium magnet in a Shure microphone, you got to step up to the Beta 58, and significant step up in price. It's a mic that they brought out to compete with the Shure SM58, and like a lot of competitors to Shure, they just failed miserably. But it's not because it's not a great product. It's an amazing
Marketing?
product. Yeah. So
Is that not enough marketing, or people just don't?
yeah, they
don't-
just didn't. It's actually being built by a company called Carroll Microphone out of Taiwan. They're a very good microphone manufacturer. Been around for 80 years. So they're not, some fly by night, Guangdong microphone manufacturer from Audio City.
So
And
definitely go
I
check
love it.
out your channel, like because I would want to hear it and see what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Because I have a Beta 58 myself.
Yeah. Watch the full video. Don't watch the short. For some reason, the short has processing issues. I'm just been playing around with it. But I mean, it's a great cheap microphone. The point I made is that if I still played live, my SM58, my SM58 is always with me, right? Because it's an SM58.
It's a workhorse,
right?
yeah.
It is known.
I got two of them now.
But if I were still playing live, I'd also put the American Audio VPS 80 in my guitar case, because it's so much more sensitive than this. It sounds the way when I process this mic to get it sounding great on my voice, right? So we get my voice sounding right. That American Audio sounds that way out of the box.
Just You don't have to tweak anything. So it fits your voice.
Yeah. And so that's me. Obviously, everybody is different.
Yeah.
But at $25 and Amazon return policy,
Nothing
try
to
it out
lose there,
yourself.
right?
very little.
I'm gonna. So John says yes. He to the LUIT microphones. They sound great. And LTC 440 is what he has.
Oh,
Don't know
it's a
what
great microphone.
Nice mic.
Yeah.
I need to
They
look that up
get,
because I don't know what that looks like.
And I mean, I'm trying to remember. I mean, there are a lot of there's the LUIT Ray, which is based on the LCT 440, that has auto gain control on it. So it has these little sensors that can tell how near or far from the microphone you are, or if you step out of the way, it'll mute the microphone for you. It's just an LCT 440 with all this onboard processing. It's pretty cool. They're great mics. They really are great. Great mics.
I played
What
with
is
that
it?
for a
What is
short
it?
time.
Oh, so Reggie.
I didn't do nothing.
It's Reggie. Reggie, you have your. I'm gonna mute you. You have your mix minus issue. My gosh, this week is the mix minus issue week. Everybody's having slapback. No, so there is a Pure and Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Pure is more expensive.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. This is for 240.
No, the LCT 440 Pure is
that.
and
That's
then-
it. 440 is Pure. Okay, cool. It's okay. So looks like everybody likes it. LUIT sounds like a good brand to start with, and not to start with, to have.
It's a nice little step up, quite honestly.
Our friend 67 was asking. Riv Charles asked, new here, welcome. Thank you for, hopefully you're still here because it took us a few minutes before we finish up the LUIT question. I'm wondering if is there that much of a difference or impact from using an XLR mic compared to a regular mono style USB-C microphone? I feel like the audio quality is sometimes not great, but people don't complain. Yeah, it depends on what the maker of the microphone, like Maono or Mauno, however you want to pronounce it, put in the preamp of the converter of the on that USB microphone. I do have to say, they are getting better these days, USB microphones. So USB microphone can sound like, for instance, you can use a lot of the Shure microphones and even Rode microphone using USB, and it sounds good. Back then, may not always be the case, especially when you go with the cheaper ones, like the not all cheap mics are bad, but you might have to think twice or at least test it out, especially Maono microphones. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Do you guys use any of that? I know some of us here use that before in Soundcheck, but I don't know anybody here actually use it tonight.
So I've used several. Sorry, I don't want to dominate the conversation.
Yeah,
but
that's your lane. Because it's microphone.
And it is hit or miss.
Yeah.
So I've got a review coming out for the Mono PD200W, the wireless one. And it's got what I think is unacceptable delay in the USB mode.
Oh, okay. So like latency, like really long.
Latency, thank you.
Okay.
It's been a long day. I was doing lawn work today. Yeah, the latency is just, I think, unacceptable in USB. So if you can take your headphones off, you set your levels. I mean, honestly, this is a problem a lot of USB microphones have. But why this one has it, I don't know, because the PD300 that wasn't a W didn't have that issue. And you would think they just, anyway. So you gotta try it.
Yeah, you got to try it. And like I say, it's you have to test it because it depends on what they put in, what parts they put in. And it's all up to you. And you know what? Feel free to come on here or at least send a sample of the sound, and we'll be happy to give you our feedback. Because what I like about this group is typically we have more than just me, and I can subjectively tell you if the sound is good or bad, or if I like it or not. But when you bounce it with more set of ears, then you can have a little bit like a more wider opinions. So this group would be a best place to do it. Like if you have a sound that you want to come in here, if you join us through Zoom, you want to have original sound for musicians turned on. But let me tell you what, if you go to our website, the first video that's on our website is how do you turn on original sound for musicians? Because that is like a first step of how we can hear you as close to what you actually sound like through the internet. So if you want to join the show and do that and let us hear your sound, you need to turn on original sound. Otherwise, Zoom does a lot of processing and we're not hearing your original sound. Hence, it's for musicians because you don't want like a guitar or whatever musical thing or singing to be processed by Zoom, the call. Okay, so thank you so much for your question, Charles, or Riv Charles. Love RTV, sorry, don't know, butcher your name. Been struggling to get my mouse click and keyboard noise out of my audio when my noise gate is open on the RØDECaster Duo. I'm afraid I'm in the deep with this thing. So can I ask you, what microphone do you use with your RØDECaster? Can you give us that update and see if we have anything? I know Shaka has been talking to him about that a little bit too, I think. He said I mess with EQ, noise gate, threshold, range, so that I cannot get my mouse click and keyboard to be in the background. In fact, I'll share as you're telling me what your microphone is, I will share with you my mouse click issue and what my solution was. I do not like hearing mouse clicks, as probably you do not want also. I don't like hearing mouse click. Keyboard occasionally it's fine, but mouse click drives me nuts. So especially it's just my own pet peeve. You would hear things like people do the intro, this is a welcome to the show, and and then you hear click click before the theme song comes on. I just do not like that. So I'm on a Mac, so I've gone to using a trackpad now. So instead of a mouse, because then the Apple Magic Mouse is really loud, click click, and so I've gone so that you don't hear clicks anymore. And that's my solution. And I couldn't get that out of my setup as well. And I have an SM7B, which is rejecting a lot of noise already. And so if this picks up, and I'm in a room that's fairly well treated, if you have a dynamic mic, not just SM7B, if you don't have a dynamic microphone, you might actually hear. If you have a condenser mic, it might actually be picking up even more. Let's see it
depends on the microphone.
Elgato
honestly.
Wave.
And is he
Elgato Wave XD. Is that the microphone I assume?
Wave DX, yeah.
Oh,
is he live streaming or is he recording and posting like my audio podcast?
No, it's a dynamic mic. It's a dynamic mic. So what I'm trying to say is it may not go away completely, and which
But
is why I
super
changed.
sensitive dynamic mic, John.
Yeah.
It's a super sensitive dynamic mic.
And I guess technique wise, you're gonna like mine is directly underneath me, and I think if I click, you'll still hear it's gonna travel. Sound is sound no matter what settings you have, and even if it's a dynamic microphone, you typically try to put the noise source that you don't want closest to the polar pattern where it is the least sensitive. And so but it's really hard for your mouse to be over here. And so maybe switching to a different mouse. I saw you raising your mouse. Is that an option, Philip? That
Yeah, it's
does
a
not click.
Logitech 575. And here, you tell me, do you hear it? Hang on.
Yes.
I hear it.
Well, tough.
But no, that's a good sample of, and then you that's a dynamic mic too, right? What you're
Yeah,
using.
this is the Rode XDM 100. It's a dynamic mic.
So
But hey, there's another argument for that mic I was talking about, because it's also supercardioid, so it's very narrow polar pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Reject.
I just put my hands in my pocket. Well,
Wait, you're gonna buy some? Which one are you gonna buy? Put your hands in your pocket because you don't want to buy another thing.
no, I put
I
my
just
hands
moved
in
my
my
mouse 2 feet away.
I
Oh,
put my hands in my pocket so I don't touch my mouse
I see.
while I'm recording.
I see. So yeah,
But
I use a trackpad, so I don't hear the mouse click.
But if he's recording, then posting.
Yeah, that's why I
soft-
think you were asking
Software-wise, I use Auphonic, and I'd love that software.
to remove mouse clicks, like clicking.
Well, to just remove
Any clicks.
sounds and stuff.
Oh,
so.
okay. Record it. So we were asking, I think, was it Charles who, George or Philip was
there he
asking
goes,
whether or not you're doing recorded content or live stream. I guess he does
George.
both. I moves out through OBS filters, but it's mainly picked up through Discords. Yeah. So if you have any sort of filter, it will remove it. But I would say, it's hard, especially if you're using your mouse for gaming or something. You can't just switch it to a trackpad like I do just running the show. It might be challenging. Philip?
I have a great solution that works well for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not using. I'm still trying to embrace the idea. I mean, George, I think it's awesome that you're able to edit your video to the level that you can cut out, mouse clicks and stuff like that. I barely have time to create what I do. So I find that a piece of YouTube open source music just running throughout the video
A bed, like a music bed.
does a remarkable job of covering up all kinds of, like, when I bring my dog over and he's walking on the wood floor, it just disappears. It's wonderful.
Let's see. Okay, so he has another question. It said, just picked up the RØDECaster Duo replacing my Go XLR, and I'm struggling to eliminate background noise and can consistently hear mouse clicks. Yeah. I mean, it will not. And how loud is that? Like what we heard from Philip earlier was very faint. So I don't know how loud you're hearing the mouse click, and what kind of mouse also make a difference. So especially keyboard, if you
Also, too, everybody's got their own preferences. I mean, he may be tuned in to mouse clicks and not like them, right?
Well, I mean, you can go on Amazon right now, and there's clickless and silent touch technology, Logitech. I mean,
maybe
Logitech.
that's what you like. I'd like to hear what your final solution is, or come on the show in the future for enjoying the Zoom call, and then do the mouse click for us, and then we can help
the
you judge.
Logitech MK295 comes with mouse and keyboard, and it says it's quiet mouse and silent touch technology. So,
There you go. Give that a try.
And Logitech would not lie in their marketing at all. No.
exactly.
He said his meth with
I believe everything Logitech says.
noise gate threshold. Background. Okay, sounds like you know what you're doing. So yeah, it made, like I said, the first thing I said was I tried, and I mean, I knew there's no way that it's going to be canceled out by filter, at least not what the RØDECaster can do. Like if you can use some kind of a filter on your OBS to remove it, that means there's some software noise removal that can take care of that. The only thing about, of course, not all shows need to have audio fidelity. So sometimes using those could take away distractions, and that's a good thing. But for me, I try not to use filters or any additional filters to remove noise, just like what we were dealing with the first hour. When it comes to getting slapback, when your audio is not routed correctly with mix minus, you get what sound like an echo for the guest, and that creates issue. But with one click on Zoom, it removes it, but it doesn't mean your setup is done correctly. So if you're in a situation where you have to use the original sound or some software that does not, if you're on somebody's podcast and they use a recording that does not have that capability, then you will constantly be hearing slapback from the other person. Okay, so let's see. My Go XL was able to cut it out. Yeah, because it's software. It removes a lot of noise. And most cases it's fine, especially if it's not crucial. Whenever you apply any sort of echo cancellation and noise suppression, it does something to the audio. It doesn't just do it that for free, right? It takes out some audio quality, but it may not be significant enough for your content.
I mean, you're always going to lose something you don't want to lose at some point.
Yeah.
The question is it important to
But
you or not?
yes, it's always good. It's always good. It's easy to just click on the button or slap on a filter and remove what you want to remove.
Right.
But it's always good if you have the time. Like the reason why you're here is because you want to find out if there's a way of doing it, or if there's not a quicker way, an easy way to do it. The best thing to do, no matter what, is to go to your source and see how you can solve the issue from the source. Then you don't have to slap a lot of Band-Aid on.
I can give you a perfect example that has nothing to do with microphones or audio. My full-time job is I review projectors, consumer and pro-grade projectors for a living. And every video projector these days has some type of auto geometry, auto alignment, because people have a hard time squaring the image to their screen, right? It always seems a little bit off or cockeyed. So they've come up with these things. But we constantly say, if you can square it manually, align it to the screen manually, that's best, because these things are very convenient, but they always end up costing you a little brightness, a little bit of picture quality, because it's digital adjustments. And
yeah, like you compensate. You want to start to do the right thing as best you can. You're in your situation that allow you to do. Then if that is not perfect yet, then you can use those solutions to compensate for that.
right.
Okay, let's see. Thank you for this fun questions. And this is what we do on this channel is answering your questions live. If you want to sound check you can come on to the show and join us that way as well. And thank you, Shaka, for calling out. If you want to put a Q, it helps me, especially the chat is active like right now. Help me not miss your question if you put a Q in front of the question, then I can see it. But I think I'm covering all that. How do I ask the host? Yeah, so you just put a Q on there, and then I'll bring that question up for everybody. Ori Retro Gamer. Hi, guys. Have the SE Dynacaster.
Phil's frozen again.
No, I
I'm just
see
not
him.
moving.
He's so still, you think he's frozen.
I'm reading.
It's
is what it
frozen
is.
on my iPad.
Oh yeah,
really?
No, not for us. So hi guys, Ori said have the SE Dynacaster. It's fantastic with the RØDECaster Pro 2. Anyone else use it? I don't know what that mic is. Let me check. Oh, you have
I was
it.
originally on.
Oh, you were originally on there. Yes, but he was not using it with your RØDECaster, right? You were plugging it into your
The
Vocaster.
yes.
That is
Great
something that I
microphone.
still want to do. Vocaster. So yes, so Phil likes it, and it sounds good. And I was just pointing out that it sounded almost at the verge of distortion. So that's why I was asking you what his gain level was.
Ori, which Dynacaster are you using? Because there's the Dynacaster, then there's the Dynacaster DCM3, the Dynacaster DCM6. They're very different. Well, the 3 and the 6 are very almost identical with the exception of the boost, but they're different than this. They're using like the Dynacaster, the SE8, I think is what they refer to it as. Curious.
Okay, so I don't know how to call you. What's your first name? How do you say Luber TV? I don't know. Anyway, so you want a good noise suppression, which I think a lot of software mixer has more capability. The RØDECaster, unfortunately, does not easily allow you to slap on. That has been asked for, from the community a lot. Some kind of plugin that you can install in your RØDECaster to take out those noise. So hopefully that would come. But currently, no. There's not easily, at least. I mean, you can use loopback and all that to signal that comes to the computer can go through some kind of like a software to remove the noise then sent out to YouTube or sent out to the recording software, but not natively on the RØDECaster itself, unfortunately.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, John, but most of noise suppression, it's a form of a noise gate and compression, right? I mean,
There's
like a
limiter
preset.
that you could do, and
Sure,
there are some smarter like noise cancellation things that you can do. Like on a Mac, you could at least if you use Ecamm, so Ecamm allows you to use. So if I'm broadcasting right now and the sound that I want to send out, I could technically apply a some kind of plugin, and the built-in one, Apple one, has the voice, the noise suppression. Is it what does Apple call it? It's just on all our iPhone, right? If you in the middle
Voice
of the call,
isolation.
voice isolation. So if you use that voice isolation plugin, you can actually take out significantly the noise. Obviously, when it's doing that, it's also taking out some of your noise, just like what we're saying. You want to tackle the root source, but sometimes that is not an option. Like if you're in a trade show or something, it's so noisy, then you
Or
are still
kids,
able
like
to
you
apply.
said.
Oh yes, you have two kids, yes, running
Perfect
around.
example.
Yeah.
You can't control
So
that.
unfortunately, not on the RØDECaster easily that you can do that. Okay, so what is it? I thought I was about to remove those sounds in custom routing. Oh,
You're
and-
seeing more and more microphones these days with included software.
oh, that
has
like yes.
noise suppression. You mentioned Mono earlier. That's one of the things about the 200W and is the software does have noise suppression. It's not too heavy-handed. Noise cancellation. It's basically what they've learned in their little wireless lav mics. They're now moving that over to bigger mics. So and they're not the only ones. So more and more people.
And no problem. I think the discussion is fun, and especially when you're. That's why I'm keeping an eye on the chat as well. And sometimes I look a little distracted because I am. I want to make sure that the conversations that you guys are having is sometimes good for us to bring up so that we actually do talk about it. But if you watch the replay, you can go back into the live chat so that you can catch the conversation. So no problem. I think all the conversation is great to have. We are all here to learn, whether or not you're experienced or if you're brand new to audio. Let's see. How familiar, he asks, how familiar are you with the settings and routing on the Duo? Yeah. So, it depends. I would have to say, when it comes to noise removal, the RØDECaster, the noise gate can do some, but once the gate is open, the gate is open. Yeah, you're still hearing your environment. So having good technique, good room, technique meaning if your microphone is close to your mouth, then you're less likely to have to crank up your microphone so you hear more of your space, and the space is noisy, you pick up the space. So if you lower your microphone and then bring your mouth closer to it, then you can at least isolate your microphone to only picking up your voice. So that's technique one. And then there's also some kind of noise suppression can do some, but not all. Because once the gate is open, you'll still hear it. I just got it like 4 days ago. Oh, sorry, I don't know what he was referring to. So catching up on the chat. Oh, I gotta talk to Reggie about, I'm marking that up, about his dilemma, that I want to hear what it is. Oh, you just got the RØDECaster Duo 4 days ago, so he's still trying. Okay, and definitely stay tuned. I'm not sure. I don't think I saw you. Maybe you were there. This channel. Subscribe to this channel if you find this conversation helpful or intriguing, because the first hour of every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time is RØDECaster user meetup. So if you're a RØDECaster Duo user and if you're 4 days into it, that might be a good place, especially if you can come join the show and let us hear your setup, hear your setting. We can help you optimize your setup to your environment as best as possible.
Yeah, this group helped me a bunch with my Duo and now video. So
yeah, and it's fun, and we hang out here, and then we actually learn from each other, and then we can hear your sound, especially if you have the musicians mode turned on. we can hear what your setup is like, and then we can help you tweak it. Okay, so just got this recommended on my feed. Not sure what this is about, but I kind of get the gist, and I have a quick question. Okay, all right. Is it possible for me to connect multiple wireless microphones, such as lavalier microphones, to my laptop? If so, how? Good question. Fun. Thank you, Falardo, for asking that question. It depends on what lav microphone. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit more for us. If you have, say, like, and I have one, like a DJI wireless microphone that has a USB receiver. You can plug the USB-C onto your computer if your computer accept that. My Mac it will, and it comes with two transmitters. So then you have two lav mics. Oh well, it's really clip-on mics, like not lav, but if you have the DJI mic 2 instead of the 3, then you are able to then plug into your the lav mic can be plugged into the transmitter itself. But there are a whole host of solutions out there. The ones I call wearables are the ones like the small one, the clip-on ones. If you don't mind the look of that, the small clip-on one, like the DJI wireless mic 3, those can pair. You have multiple transmitters, so you can. I don't know. I can't remember what the number is, but you can have more than 2, 4, 6, 8. Like it's crazy big number if you want to go up that high. So yeah, let's see if he responded. Should I expect any problems if I have a USB-C hub for multiple receivers?
Depends on the hub.
The thing is, multiple receivers, your computer should only see one receiver at a time, because you choose which is your mic input on your computer. Not knowing if you're on a Mac or a PC, but I'm speaking from a Mac point of view, I assume it's the same thing, is when you choose your mic, instead of the built-in microphone, you choose the receiver, and that receiver becomes your mic input, and therefore however many transmitters you have would be your wireless microphone. So, but hubs, depending, if like powered hub typically would be more reliable than just like a splitter essentially, but audio doesn't take a whole lot, so you should be okay. But the limitation is typically your computer will only see one at a time. See the input, you can only choose one input at a time, unless you have some kind of like a mixer on your computer that you can choose multiple inputs. Otherwise, it's one at a time. Anybody else have anything to add to this one, like multiple lav mics from Falardo? Or do you see any problem? I don't.
You can also buy. I mean, I've seen out of the box wireless lav mics that support 4 transmitters or 4 transmitters on one receiver. Most will do 2 out of the box, but it just depends. Depends on the manufacturer and what they've done.
Yeah, and John, I don't think there's any issue, because I've got that little gadget that has that does the audio recording of it has 4 transmitters. They all go to one single location. So I think the idea, I don't think there's an issue.
Yeah, because I think that it's bottlenecked down to that you can only choose one receiver anyway. So even if you can plug multiple receivers, you're going to have to choose which input, unless you have some sort of a mixer that allows you to pick from multiple those different
and that's
receivers.
What this thing does. It's the Nemono thing, and that's what it does. Like you could get 4 people talking, and then you could get the one conversation all mixed into one, one recording.
Okay, so, I've considered returning the RØDECaster Duo since it's out of my league. Maybe pick up a BEACN interface. Thoughts? Would maybe pick up a Shure MV7. Actually, what else other than using the microphone do you use when it comes to using your RØDECaster? If you don't have any other inputs, sound effects is not something that you want to do, you don't want any recording done on board, Is there any other features on the RØDECaster Duo that is that you want to keep? If not, maybe like a Shure MV7 Plus might be an option too, if there's only that one microphone. Now, the only thing is, reason why I have a RØDECaster is because it grows with you. Like, you can have a microphone. Some people will always do that for 7, 10, 15 years. All they do is using that as a microphone. Then it's not an issue. But for me, I like to tinker. And the reason why I have this channel is because I want to learn new things. I want to play. I want to tinker. So it grows with you, especially with RØDECaster particularly, because Rode is very well known for selling you a piece of hardware, and then they will push the software to go as far as possible before they come up with a new one. At least from RØDECaster, the original RØDECaster, that's why people love it. And so when it comes to RØDECaster Duo and RØDECaster Pro 2, the software I think has a lot of potential still. And so there are some functionalities and features that potentially might come in the future that you want to deal with. So I would say before you return it, maybe think through or talk to somebody or with us about how you want to use your microphone. If your microphone is just to be used as use a RØDECaster Duo as an interface to connect your microphone to, maybe the other options could also be good. But if you have the heart or the intention of wanting to learn more about audio and then starting with a RØDECaster and don't really know how to use it just yet, that's fine. Hang on, and then I'm sure you can learn as you go. But if you don't feel like you want to do it, then that's fine.
What George is doing, I mean, he
yeah,
has
exactly.
guests in studio.
Yeah,
and so
it started with a completely different mixer. Even I never foresee you coming to this. In fact, he's also doing video podcasts now too, because he figured out his audio, and now he can focus a little bit more on his video.
Yeah, I have 14 episodes.
Same for me.
Now, so.
Same for you.
Anybody?
I was only doing audio
and then now doing video now.
Yeah, actually, this has been a big week for me. I
actually
put out not just 1, 2, but 3 video episodes.
Nice. And does that have anything to do with your Ecamm dilemma?
Well, yeah. Well, yes. So
sure.
I got the Video S and I love it. It's really cool. I'm still kind of figuring it out, but it's
okay.
Pretty,
so the RØDECaster Video S. That's what he has.
Yeah. So it's I'm having fun with that, but I was playing with Ecamm yesterday, and I was kind of like, well, if I use Ecamm, I kind of don't really need the Video S. But I guess the big, I'm still working that out, but the big dilemma is, so I do remote interviews, and I'm using I do it through Riverside, and one of the big things that I can't do with the Video S is I can't bring the guest into the Video S. So which I figure that I can still kind of do the show with my overlays and stuff in the Video S, and then edit the guest video in later. So that's been the other development this week, is I've slowly mastering DaVinci Resolve, and so been having fun with that.
Hey, Reggie, listen, that's my editing software also. If you want to talk about it or have questions or whatever, feel free to email me, okay?
Yeah, will do. Now, I've been looking at a lot of YouTube videos, and that's got me quite far. So
how's that how's that your Ecamm dilemma? Isn't that like a RØDECaster video dilemma?
Well, the thing is that playing around with, one, still figuring out if I use Ecamm, still what kind of what is the point of having the video, the RØDECaster video. But the bigger issue is that I'm debating as to whether or not to use Ecamm for my interviews, since they have the interview mode. And I may try. I actually have 2 interviews tomorrow, so I may go ahead and give it a shot for that. But
using the interview mode for
using the interview mode. The real kind of big thing for me though is that the local recording that Riverside does has saved my behind a number of times, and I'm kind of nervous to get away from that. So
yeah, I don't know what I would do without Riverside. That's what we exclusively use on the projector side of the business. And I, for example, can't get great upload speeds where I'm at. I've gone through all the local suppliers where I'm at, and they all just, the best advertises like 30 up, but it's max. So Riverside, with its local ability to locally record and then pull that video up, it means that the content that we create still looks professional, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. But I've been really just in the, I don't know, a couple of hours I was playing with Ecamm yesterday. It's like, man, I really like this. It's really fun.
Well, especially for if your show mostly like mine, like all my guests are virtual, and it really makes a lot of sense when it comes to using Ecamm for that purpose. And the reason why I never once thought maybe RØDECaster video would be suitable for me, because it can do a lot of things, and I like tactile functionality of it, but it does not solve my shows, because all my shows, this one as well as my other podcasts, are all virtual guests. And so once every 10 years I'll have a live show. So
Rode needs to buy Ecamm. Rode needs
combine
to buy
Ecamm hardware. Ecamm hardware
into the hardware. Yeah, I mean, or somebody, because that's what's missing here is that.
Well, there is a Stream Deck. Like that Stream Deck is my switcher. Like that's how I switched. Speaking of, so going back to Reggie's dilemma, are you thinking maybe you don't need the RØDECaster Video S?
Not really. I mean, for the interview part of it, kind of not really. I mean, I can set up my scenes and everything in Ecamm.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit more that I can do with the scenes, because in the video, I mean, you can kind of customize the layout a little bit, but not nearly as much as you can in Ecamm. And it's like, I can set up a lot more complex scene in Ecamm than I can in the video. So
yeah,
it's like,
test it and see. I do one word of precaution when it comes to using interview mode is your guests usually have to have fairly good audio, because the noise suppression is not very good. And I've used it for a while before Zoom became a thing that integrated into Ecamm. I was having a lot of issues because a lot of my guests for my podcast are just regular people, and when they join the show, they just join on their phone or their computer. They don't know how to turn things off and on, whatever, which is why I love Zoom having noise suppression or noise cancellation already turned on by default. And you would think, everybody sounds so good. It's helpful for my podcast. But make sure you test it out and you get to experience it. It may not be an issue at all, because it works pretty well when your guest is in a decent environment and not noisy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then that's the other part of it is the Zoom, having them come in through Zoom. Is that better than having them come through the interview mode? That's
better. The only downside is it's paid. So if you already have a a Zoom, if you already subscribe, if you pay for Zoom already, then it's not an issue, right? Because you don't have any additional cost. If you don't, that is an additional cost. If you have the lowest level of Ecamm, which of Zoom, I forgot what it's called. Like there are different tiers, right? There's like the Pro and whatever. Let me see, Zoom plans, because one of them will give you 1080p. I know in this setup where we have like 5 of us talking together, doesn't matter if you have 1080p, nobody's gonna know. My stream is at 1080 and we split up our pictures. But if you do this, like on yourself would be different. Like on your guest, because your guest is what comes in. Like this, if you don't have a 1080, so if you don't have a 1080p signal, it will come in slightly soft, which I have lived with forever and ever. It's not like it's anything new. I've had that. So I believe interview mode also comes in at 720, if I'm not mistaken. Your guess? So
I think it's 1080.
It's 1080. They come in 1080. So, but I'm quite certain it was 720. Your guests come in at 720, or maybe it's 1080 now. But for Zoom, the different plans that you can get for Zoom, you will have to get if you go with the Pro plan, you can get up to 720p, which is technically still HD, but Business allows you to get 1080. And previously, you have to have 10 seats to get Business, but they've since last year removed that. So now I pay for Business Zoom so that I can get 1080. Just my own OCD thing, but it's something to keep in mind. But I love how good it is with handling your computer load. If you use interview mode, you will find that your processor is being taxed more to process all those video signals coming in. When you do it with Zoom, Zoom almost takes care of a lot of that on their server and then comes in as necessary. So it takes the right now I'm looking at my Stream Deck. My processor is like at 30 some percent, and I have 4 of you connected to me all at 1080p. So Zoom, if you don't mind paying for it, Zoom is going to be an easier way of dealing with multiple interviews, unless you only have one guest. All the time, like usually you interview one guest or maybe 2 even. Then it's not that big a deal. For me, it's really nice because anybody can call in. Once they are in, I have to be able to assign you to a slot to show up on the show. So having Zoom makes it a lot easier and not as taxing on my computer. So give it a try and see.
Gotcha.
Okay, more questions. You guys are awesome tonight. Oh my gosh, it's almost 10 o'clock. Okay, we look at that, but it said, okay. So Shakalu was suggesting maybe remove USB 1 from the mic or specific channels. I think he's referring still to the keyboard sound. Removing USB 1. Like I don't. Your microphone's still gonna come out. I assume his microphone is coming in through XLR, so it should still. It will still pick up. Your microphone would still pick up your keyboard sound.
I'm curious, John. What camera are you using?
I use a Sony ZV-E10.
Okay, so I'm using a Sony Alpha Series. It's 1080p, but yeah, I look at George, and I look at you, John, and
me,
Glenn. Even you're nice and sharp. Yet when you throw up mine,
it's not as sharp.
Soft.
It's
on my monitor. It's sharp. I'm not asking you to solve it, but this is my problem that I'm trying to figure out right now.
Let me check.
I'm using an ATEM Mini as a switcher. And I think it's adding compression into the stream, the video out, because this is nowhere near as sharp as the right off the HDMI of the ATEM
Yeah.
into my monitor, right?
But when you
My-
record it, like if you, let's say if you record it
It's soft.
directly, oh, so
It's
you can see on your side that it's softer than when
it
it
is
comes
soft in
directly from the
recorded
camera.
signal. Yeah, like so if I'm using I've tried multiple of these. I've even got oops, sorry about that. I've even got an Elgato Cam Link. It's not a 4K one. It's a 1080 HD S plus.
Uh-huh.
But even in the Elgato software, it's a little sharper than taking the feed out of off the USB for the ATEM, but it's still adding compression that I can't figure out how to shut off. It's really irritating. So problems.
All right, so we are reaching. Oh wait, look at
Yeah, I've got the ATEM Mini also.
you've got everything.
Yeah.
So is it the ATEM Mini Pro? Is it the ISO? Because I'm just running the original ATEM Mini.
Yeah, it's the Mini Pro.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. I mean, the ATEM, they've had many updates that the ATEM Mini does not get to take advantage of because they made better hardware in the following three. And I'm stuck on the very first generation. So, but I'll probably have to upgrade at some point. More money.
Reggie go dark.
That's why I was asking about the Video S.
Sorry, I keep
because-
playing around with stuff.
because
What's up?
that's why I was asking about the Video S, is because from a streaming perspective, even though 1080p should be more than enough to record videos and post to YouTube.
Oh yeah, no, I think it looks actually so because I don't pay for the whatever updated Riverside plan. The videos that I posted were 720p, and I thought they looked pretty good. 1080p is going to look better, but I thought 720p looked just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're happy with it, it really doesn't matter. And again, I'm a little bit more obsessed with wanting 1080. I'm not obsessed with getting 4K. Like it's okay for what I do. 1080, especially when I do things like this, when I do a split screen, if I do a lot of split screens, is when I talk to somebody and if that signal is 720, you can tell. I can tell. Does it affect the
This is
content that
1080.
we're talking?
This is 1080, John.
I do know that, but I'm saying that if it is not 1080, I can tell. And so when it's side by side, it's a little bit jarring for me. I just checked too on Zoom. It is 1080.
I look out of focus though, and the thing is I'm on fixed focus. I've got a spot. George looks in focus. Yeah. So I'm not asking you guys to solve the problem. I'll figure it out.
Figure it out. Come back next week and say, I mean, to me, it looks fine. I don't think it has that. Maybe it's not as crisp as you. It's okay. So let me ask you this: do you have any other processing, or is that lens depth of field is just on camera depth of field?
That's the on-camera depth of field. That's the Zeiss lens.
And when you go into your computer, are you on a Mac?
There's no video processing.
So you've checked and see there's no Apple's processing that soften it a little bit.
Where
Check
would that be?
it'll be usually on the very top of your screen. It's either a green camera or like a purple kind of one person.
Well, now
and-
it's showing Zoom US.
If you go to either that camera or the app that you're using, sometimes Apple turns on their own processing. In the video processing, it will turn that on. So let me see if I can show that on here. So in this mode right here, I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah. So on here on my Mac, if I click on here, if I go to my Ecamm picture, it has additional control that I can do. I can do like edge light that will like what is it? I guess it's right now. This is microphone. Where's my camera? Okay, yeah. So this camera, you can do some additional here. This is a better example because the Camlink 4K doesn't always show it. So if I go to that particular camera, if your portrait mode is turned on by default, then it will show some kind of like blurring of your background artificially. And sometimes if that is turned on, no matter how sharp your pictures coming into your computer, that additional processing might be softening it up. So keep an eye on that to see
keep
if
working on
that,
it.
yeah. Okay, so let's see if there's anything I'm missing. We are coming up on time. Let's see. I know there's a lot of side conversation that may not be a question, so I'm skipping through. Saying so, what's the opinion? Maybe picking up MV7 Plus and seeing if that helps with my issue. I don't think that's going to help with the issue. Frankly, if you ask me, I think it's not going to help you fix the issue. However, the MV7 Plus, because it has software processing, you might be able to turn on more aggressively the noise cancellation. That does an amazing job, I have to say. So that might solve your particular issue, but your mouse click and all that, if you are able to solve it with changing to a different type of mouse, that'll be best. But again, noisy kids, maybe the software processing might be able to help. So maybe let us know though. I'm curious. And because we would like to know. We're invested as much as you are in your new setup. Okay, yeah, Shaka said that it looks natural, like what we see of. Yeah, it doesn't bother me that it's soft. It's softer. It looks
It bothers
good.
me in my recorded video.
Wait,
quite
does
honestly.
it compare to mine? Does it look like
You look
you can
much
see?
sharper.
Okay.
You look much sharper.
Philip, you're always your own worst critic. Let us tell you how wonderful you are.
But which is how you improve, right? You keep. I don't mind the look, but I can see what you're saying. You want the sharpness crisper, and especially if you can see. So if you can see a difference from your video card, like how you bring your camera into your computer, that means maybe trying a different capture card that is 4K capable and see if it actually gives you more of the sharpness that you want.
Yeah, I was looking at picking up like an Elgato
Camlink
Camlink
4K.
4K used. You know,
That's what I have. A lot of people so far I've only had to replace it once. Over I don't know how many years I've had it, 8 years, I don't know, for a long time. And I had to replace it once and it just died. It wouldn't turn on. And so I have to replace it once. But a lot of people have complaints about it dying a lot and not quickly, but a lot. And that gave me pause. So I don't really know if I do not have my Camlink 4K, I don't know what else I would use.
Well, this right here. I just switched over. This is the Elgato HD60S Plus. I bought an Elgato Wave 3, and the guy who sold it to me was like, "Hey, you want this?" And I was like, "Okay, sure." It actually looks a little sharper
than
using
your
the ATEM USB out.
It is
But-
sharper.
What about HDMI? If you go
Um,
directly in with HDMI, can you do that? With that
in the
camera?
Mac? No, you can't. You have to have a device
Oh, yeah,
to
true.
do.
Yeah.
do
You have
capture.
to convert that like the Camlink 4K. That's right.
That's what the Elgato. So I've thought about, but here's the thing. There's so many now. I can probably get on AliExpress and find any number of 4K capture devices that are really cheap, that are all using the same chips. So I just need to get on the forums and start talking to some people and seeing what's going on. Which is for me, I like the ATEM for the switching capability. That's what I would miss. I would miss being able, when I do videos, I find it very useful. Okay, I'm going to show you guys my messy desk. Sorry. I find it very useful while I'm doing a video to be able to go, okay,
Switch,
so
yeah.
let's talk about going overhead and
Yeah.
take a look and see what this
Yes.
mouse is. My
And
messy
that's
desk
more
now.
important than having your eyelashes look perfectly sharp.
Right. And but it still it bothers me because this is
Yeah.
a really decent interchangeable lens camera that I've got going on here. I've got a Carl Zeiss lens. That's how I'm getting the nice defocus background.
Yeah.
And I've got it locked so I know where I need to sit. So
Oh, so it's not autofocus.
no, I've got it locked down.
Okay. So move in and out.
Anyway,
See if, but you've compared it. It's it's the capture card that's causing it.
This is
It's-
the only way it goes in and out.
Oh,
is
there.
if I
Okay,
do
okay.
that, right? Because
Yes, that's
this
that's
is
what I'm
where I
asking
need
you
to
to
be.
do. Yeah. So you're like Jeremy. No. Oh my gosh, what's his name with the teacher? Oh my gosh, I forgot everybody's name. Not Jeremy.
Tom Buck.
No, the guy who he comes here all the time. He has the RØDECaster
Oh.
video. Oh no, I forgot his name.
You're not thinking of Maestro, are you?
No, not Maestro. Oh my gosh, he's gonna kill me. He's the guy that went through so much with me from the photobombing, oh my gosh, this is bad. I'm really bad with names to begin with. Aaron. So remember Aaron? He has his camera also with a fixed focus, and sometimes as he gets tired or relaxed, he'll get out of focus because he slips out of his focal point. But anyway, appreciate you guys. This has been fun. Thank you so much for all the questions, and keeps the conversation go so lively. And good to see you, Philip, to be back here.
Can I
on
say
their
one
show.
thing real quick?
Yes.
I put a link in the YouTube channel. I got a photograph that's up for a nomination. I just need votes. So
Where? I don't
I'll
see
put
it.
the link.
You put
I
it in the chat?
YouTube.
I don't see it in the
Yeah.
YouTube chats. Did you put
Does
it
it
in the right?
remove
YouTube?
if you put a link in? There or
Oh,
something?
maybe so. It might. You give it to me put it in Zoom, and then
Yeah,
I wonder if
I'll
I
send
host.
it to y'all an email.
Yeah. So I'll or once the show. Well, sometimes if as a guest, if you have that link still in your in your clipboard, just paste it in Zoom chat, and then as a host, I think I can put a link in there because it's not coming through. I think it's filtered out.
Okay.
So if you can do that, then
Well,
people.
I got 2 weeks of voting, so we'll get you.
Okay.
We'll make sure I get you all the vote.
Yeah, pop it in there. You got my
Sounds
vote.
good.
Yep.
Hey, John, you'll have to tell us about November and December next week.
My trip. Oh my gosh, there's anyway. Maybe there'll be a slow week and we can talk about that. What do you guys want to know? I mean, yeah, I did a lot. It was fun, but it felt I'm busier when I'm on my vacation because it's like living a different life, like a second life. Remember Second Life? That game? Is it called Second Life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second Life, yeah.
So it's like having a second life. I live completely differently, different routine, different things that we do. Yeah, I'll share more. I did enjoy my break, but I was very busy. I think I shared briefly on how I use my Ecamm for my live recording with my podcast guests during my 20th anniversary celebration. We have a live recording session on Friday night, 2 recordings, and it was all done on my current iPhone, my old iPhone, my dad's iPhone, combined together into a recording studio. So that was like, I think last week. You can go back and check that out. Anyway, thank you so much. Thanks, Reggie. Thanks, George. Thanks, Glenn, Philip, and everybody who participated in the chat. Thank you all so much. I hope you'll come back next time. We do this every single week, every 9 p.m. Central Time. I try to keep it 1 hour. We're pretty good without going too far over. We used to go 2.5 hours, and then I don't have enough sleep. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.